What's going on, everybody? Today we are looking at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Crimson Viper. The fourth Viper that we've had? I guess fifth, technically, if you count sort of recolors of the Cobra Island Viper. This one, though, I think is a worthy repaint. It's a worthy redeco. You know, we've gotten some Crimson troops of a few different kinds, and we now have the Crimson Strike team with the Crimson Twins and Baroness. So I think building out a Crimson army is kind of a cool idea. I like the narrative that's going on there, where there's that Zaymot and Tomax can have their own sort of private army. And they're all in this crimson colorway, which I actually really like. So taking a look at the packaging, pretty standard packaging. These sort of black boxed ones I really dig, and I'm a little bit bummed that they're going to go back to window boxes, because I kind of like the way that this one looks. Now, if they sort of keep some of the cues that are going on here, but just bring back the window, I'd be okay with that. You know, if they kind of eliminate this bit and just put a window in there, but keep this and sort of keep the artwork on the side and the black box. I just think it's really clean. I think it's really... It might be my favorite box that they've done for the Classified series. The first ones with the window were great. So unless they go back to that, I hope they keep, some elements from this. As I said, we get sort of that 3D render picture on the front. We've got extensive enterprises there, as well as a Sky Striker. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. I'm not exactly sure on most of these box art, 3D render things, what's going on. But this one in particular seems a little bit odd to have those two elements together. But it is what it is. I don't really care. I'm going to open this figure and play with it anyway. So, what difference does it make? We get the contents of the box on the side there. We get the art as well. Moving on to the side, number 85 for the Crimson Viper. And then we get that QR code, which takes us somewhere. I don't know where it takes us. I think it takes you somewhere where you can sort of look at these a little bit bigger. I am bummed that they make them this small, but such is life. We get those on the back as well. We get a whole bunch of legalese, but then we get the full sort of box contents. Again, a couple details get called out in the pictures there. 6.3 inches or 162 millimeters for the Cobra Crimson Viper. Then we get full art on the other side, and number 85, if you're keeping track, if you're a completist. So let's get this guy open. So, out of the box, we have the Crimson Viper. Here he is. I think this deco looks phenomenal. These Crimson troops that we've been getting, the Crimson Bat, the Crimson Guard, the Crimson Viper now. I think it's really fun. It's a nice contrast to the sort of blue Cobra troopers that we typically get. And I like that they're sort of unified in their color, as I said. We also get a backpack to match. All of this is exactly the same as what we've gotten from all the other Vipers so far. So no real surprises. We get the goggles, and the goggles come with some silver paint on the lenses there. The original ones came with no paint. On the Cobra Viper Officer, we got the gold paint. But on this, we get the silver. And then we get the handgun that we're used to. We get this sci-fi, laser rifle, I can only assume, as well, that we've seen before with the other Vipers. And the scarf is back. In this case, the scarf is sort of a dark blue. It's not quite like a navy blue. It's almost like an indigo color, but very nice nonetheless. So there's the loadout. Let's get him all kitted up. And there he is, all kitted out. So you get the blaster, you get the pistol in the holster. The goggles fit on nice. They've gotten rid of that QC issue with the Cobra Island ones. They don't split. They're nice and stretchy. The backpack looks great. Nice and firm hold in there. I think they've made the pegs on the backpacks a little bit longer. which in turn means that they don't fall out quite so easily as they did initially. But there you go. There is the Cobra Crimson Trooper. Now, as I said, you know, these are fun to sort of build out your Crimson army. So I did, of course, get a couple. And just to compare to some of the other Crimson guys that we've gotten so far, we've got a couple Crimson Guards as well. We've got a couple Crimson Bats. So the army is coming together nicely as far as the sort of Crimson force goes. If that's what you want to call it. I don't know why I called it that, but it is what it is. So there we go. 2 Crimson Bats to go with 2 Crimson Vipers, 2 Crimson Guards. Now, just a quick comparison to the Vipers that we've gotten previously. I do have on hand the Crimson Officer, as well as the original Crimson, or sorry, the Viper Officer and the original Viper. And I think the Crimson Viper looks really, really good in comparison. I think the color palette that they've used is really, really nice, really, really rich. The blue scarf is a nice touch. Not necessary. I'm probably going to display one without the scarf. The original is probably still my favorite, just because, you know, just nostalgia reasons or whatever. But the Crimson stuff is looking really, really nice. This guy's fun just because he's a little bit different. I like the gold mask. I like the gold lens. But the gray and this kind of muted red, I think this was maybe the color they were going for. And this one just doesn't land as well. But the Crimson looks really, really good with the silver sigil. And, you know, like I said, looking real nice lining up against the rest of these Crimson Troopers. So there you go. The Cobra Crimson Viper. Go get some. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you want to see notifications for when I'm doing new videos, hit that bell. Appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks. Bye-bye.